Alright, another little tip when you're putting these clutches in, you probably want to just see how shiny it is. Just sand it down a little bit, just with some real fine sandpaper, just to get that shine off. It'll probably come back, but you know, it should help anyway. And when you put these in, this is if you buy, let's say if you use all different types of clutches and bolts and all that. If it's a set, it should be right. But if you muck around with different sets of clutches, you might get bolts mixed up and all that. When you put your bolt in there, you got to make sure that that bolt spins free in that hole. Because if it binds, then it might keep one of the shoes jammed, either jammed closed or open. And then you got to make sure that that shank or tapered, I'm not sure what you call that bit anyway, but the section without the thread, you got to make sure that goes all the way through to the end. If you have a bolt that's too short, let's say that non-thread section is too short, it'll pull in, let's say it's like that, it'll pull in the bolt and it'll be too tight. You need that to be all the way out. Yeah, the thread sort of starts after it's come out. And then you've got your washer still to go on there. Because it's better to be a little bit, it's not meant to be loose, but it's better to be a little bit loose than tight. So if the bolts, let's say you go through water or whatever, or just over time it gets rusted up, just sand those down, sand the inside of these holes down, sand the pad a bit. I'll do it and I'll show you what it looks like after. I reckon they're pretty boggy with a 6,000 spring, plus you put it in the stock way, pretty boggy. I turn it around, put an 8,000 spring in there, and yeah, it flies. While I'm at it, what I also did, because I'm running an enclosed clutch barrel carrier, I thought I'd just drill a few. I think it's 4 holes. Oh, there's one there, there, and there. So I just thought, plus the in the Losies, they're facing this way, so you're less likely to get some dirt coming in from the back anyway. But I just thought I'd try it out. It can only be better for the clutch. I've also put an alloy manifold in. See how that goes with the plastic gaskets or the nylon ones. And I'm going to put a different pull start on there as well. And then after I'm going to put some of this, you can see through it. I'm going to put some in here just so no major rocks go in there and stuff up your flywheel and jam in between your coil and your flywheel and all that. So yeah, I'll do that later. I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so I sanded it a bit, so it looks a bit better. This one's like a beige coloured shoe. I find that the beige ones or the light green ones are the way to go. I've had some black ones or some dark grey ones in the past, and I don't know, they haven't lasted very long, whereas these ones have. So this one's another sort of beigey coloured one. Beige again. I think this one's a green one. Yeah, and this is that greenish coloured one. I just find that they seem to last a bit longer. I do have these steel ones as well, but I think you need an upgraded bell for that. But it just seems like these ones, you gotta look at the fibres in there. There's some pretty decent fibres. I don't know what that is, but it just seems to hold it all together better. And the grey, blackish ones don't. They just, I remember, yeah, about 2 to 3 runs, which probably what, an hour to 2 hours, so maybe 6 hours. 6 hours if I'm lucky, if I don't break anything, and the pads would be gone. So yeah, so I'd go for this one. So when I put this in, yeah, I just put a little bit of Loctite. All these high spinning parts, I always put a little bit of Loctite. Just the blue stuff. 243. Way to go. Alright, so this is in there now. Quick check when you put a clutch in. Get a big screwdriver. Make sure you got like a piston stopper or something. And you put on the edge there where the shoe opens up. I'll just put it on here. So you just got to make sure. That the spring returns and the shoe goes back to where it's meant to in that little section there. As you can see, I'm moving it and it's going straight back. Now if you put in a clutch in and you move it and it stays open, these bolts are wrong. If you got a proper clutch setup, proper bolts, washers and so on, you should be able to tighten these as much as you can and it won't bind the clutch shoes. Alright, so as you can see from the pictures before, it was a flat piece, roughly like this. I shaped it. I put holes either side of the moulding of the crankcase. So little holes, put some cable ties through, leave it all loose while you do it. And now I'm just about to bend it sort of back into place, because you have to sort of bend it out of place to get the cable ties in there. Bend it back into place, tie up the cable ties, and it should be done. So it's they're fair holes that this is hiding, you know. So yeah, cable ties are tightened up. Only 3 cable ties. As I showed you before, there's plenty of air can get through there with this sort of mesh. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's for gutter guard or whatever. I just had it. Yeah. So as you can see, it looks pretty good. And it'll do the job. So this is it. This is the new power plant for the Losi 5T. See how it goes. It's only it's a King motor, 30.5 cc. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. But this one's like near new condition, so yeah, comp's pretty good in this thing. I think I can pull it. No. So I'll be testing out this this pull start here. The other one I had was this one. This one doesn't seem to get in the way like this one did. I had to modify this one so it fit, because it's got a spacer. So that one's there. It's the same type, the internals are the same. So that's the inside of the pull start there. That's your stock one there. That's right. And this is what it hooks onto. So you put this on your flywheel. Where do I have it? Alright, so you take your flywheel off. No, sorry, no. You take your flywheel bolt off, just the bolt, leave the flywheel in there. You bolt this in there. You spin that on there. Or you bolt that together. Alright, so it's like that off your flywheel. Do I have a flywheel here? Yep. So it's like that. So it's just like that pretty much. Yeah. And then this, as you can see, goes in there like that. So I actually modified this one. I modified this one because these little levers are getting full of dirt and jamming up. So I open up these holes so nothing can get in the way. I was yet to test it, but the Losi really didn't go well last time I was out. Yeah, so what happens is that at a slow rate, these little levers lock onto here. And then I'm assuming once it spins fast, and once you've started it, these levers stay open. And that was the problem that I had. So they were filling up full of dirt, and they were staying open. And then when I stopped the truck, refueled, whatever, I was having issues. Restarted it, couldn't restart it because it wasn't locking on. So yeah. So this one here is the same system, and believe it or not, there just seem to be a. I've said it in the previous video. It just seemed to be a lot easier. Like there's no pull that you got to wait for it to engage onto. You just spin it. Yeah. So this one you got to wait for the. So this one you've got to wait for this ball to come out to engage onto the flywheel. Yeah, so moving there. And this one doesn't. It's just these levers. Just hooks onto the levers and there you go. So the biggest thing with this one is getting dirt in these little levers. I'm pretty sure this is how the FID Racing and the Turtle Racing pull starts are set up. This one's a sealed unit. I'm hoping it's not going to have some overheating problems. Worst case scenario, I can just put this one, which is like a normal one. I can just put this one on. But I hope not. This one looks the goods. It just looks better, and it just clears everything in the Losi as well, because you've got a chassis brace coming out here. But yeah, so there we have it. Time will tell. So it's just a matter of putting it back in the truck and giving it a go. Alright, well, I hope this helped some of you guys putting clutches and motors in, and yeah, thanks for watching.